Alright, hello everyone, here we are, back for another tutorial here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring a POC 3. If you have it unlocked, surely it's probably a good option. Alternatively, you might want to use Thor's Hammer or Extra Mile, and just use a Kingmaker, which will have just a little bit more side spin. So I'll be able to get away with a Titan, which is one of the main reasons that you're seeing me go for this hole. So let's take a look here. As I mentioned, you can get away with the other ones, but it does make it a little bit easier when you're able to have just a little bit more distance. Here you can see even with the Extra Mile, it's a little bit max. Wow. So they've really maxed this hole out. That makes things a little bit more complicated, actually. So I kind of need to decide what I want to do. What I'll typically do is I'll drive it shorter and play it the other way around the tree when I get a win like this. So you might want to bring your club with your best top spin attribute out of the three. Out of Apocalypse, Thor's Hammer, Extra Mile. Here you can see my opponent hits the tree and then just barely stays out of the sand, very luckily. So what I'll do, instead of trying to force the issue, is you'll usually, because I can land up here and try to curl it around the tree, but it's just a little bit harder of a shot. So what you'll typically see me do in this situation is I'll play a little bit more towards max, kind of like this, and maybe just gently curl it. So in terms of rings, not really sure. It's probably 2.3-ish per ring, 2.4-ish per ring. I'm going to go about 3. Use a little bit of curl. We should have some wind effect that kind of helps guide the ball over to the left, so I'm not going to get too carried away with my curl. But here you can see that it just kind of shoots over, and we just kind of go around the tree kind of a different way, as opposed to trying to max power it and do all that. So I'm going to have to go in, update this club. Apparently it has a POC 3. So make sure that I put that on so I can start to play the rings. I don't want to gamble. But it should be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 2.3. And of course, for our second shot, we're going to try to get in thorn range. It's going to be the best bet if you can leave yourself there. So having the range of the Titan is going to help you, as you can see that it actually does kind of get towards max. So with a 5.8, you have to land this towards the front of the green here. Let's take a look. 5.8, 3.1 at max. Now, we're not quite max, but we're pretty darn close. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of barely offset just a little bit. And we're going to go really close to the max ring number. Just a little bit less. I'm thinking like 2.9-ish. Somewhere in there. Perfect ball. Just off. The pitch can be a little bit touchy, especially with wind effect, and the way that it bounces on the hill can kind of be very it just can kind of bounce just a little bit right, a little bit left. It's not always the most consistent of pitches. It can be a little bit challenging to make this one, but at the same time you can see how straightforward and easy it is. And of course, the more attempts that you get at it, the more that you're going to be able to dial that one in. So I do expect that you guys should be able to definitely get that one. So good luck with that hole, guys, and I'll see you guys on 6 coming up.